you go, boys. Just leave the bottle, Doris. Hey, why the long face? It was all just a stupid mistake. I never should have rescued her from that tower in the first place. I hate Mondays. I can't believe you'd walk away from the best thing that ever happened to you. What choice do I have? She loves that pretty boy, Prince Charming. Come on, man, is he really that good looking? Are you kidding? He's gorgeous. He has a face that looks like he was carved by angels. Ooh, he sounds dreamy. You know, shockingly, this isn't making me feel any better. Look, guys, it's for the best. Mom and Dad approve, and Fiona gets the man she's always dreamed of. Everybody wins. Except for you. I don't get it, Shrek. You love Fiona. And that's why I have to let her go.
Nice.
Tragic. So tragic.
It is. It's so sad. But you did a really good job doing those voices, mimicking
Thank
them.
you.
And switching between 3 characters. So well done to you.
There were actually
Four.
four.
Oh,
There's
4.
four
Yes. I'm sorry. I forgot. What's her name? Doris?
Who could forget?
Played by Larry King. That was Larry King doing the voice, right?
Larry King? Maybe.
Yeah, 100%. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
that is wonderful. If you guys don't know what that scene is from, I mean, come on. You haven't, these last 2 weeks we've been talking about it and you still haven't watched Shrek 2? What are you doing with your time, man? I'm telling you, put it on in the background, all right? Brian, have you still not watched it?
No, I haven't watched it.
That's awesome.
What's it streaming on? I don't see it.
We told you
streaming
it was
anywhere.
Netflix last week.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I can't talk. I haven't watched it either. But man, we gotta do it. Put it on for your dogs before you leave your house, okay?
Man, there's so many new stuff on Netflix, like hidden gems that you guys don't even know about that I've been finding and watching that are so good.
Let's do an episode on those.
Yeah,
You know,
hidden gems episode.
Yeah, we'll make it a chunk. Speaking of chunks, we will not have one tonight. For the sake of time, because Brian is going on a trip tomorrow. All right, a big trip with his family across the country. He's going to be walking it barefoot with his family. It's going to be so exciting. No, I'm kidding. He's going to be in a car.
like little hobbits.
Nah, I'm kidding. They're going to be going to
If I
Yellowstone.
take one more step, this will be the farthest from home I've ever been.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, Brian. You know what Bilbo always says?
It's a dangerous thing, Brian, going out your door. You take one step off the road, and you don't know where you're gonna end up.
If you don't keep your feet, there's no knowing where you'll be swept off to.
So good. So Brian is going to be gone next week, so there will be no episode next week. However, you have this week now, but the episode's going to be a little bit shorter because there will be no chunk, because Brian's got to get going on his trip. So, but we do have some exciting things for you today.
We didn't do Brian in this corner.
Right. I was about to get there. Okay.
Was it?
In this
Anyways,
corner.
welcome back to yet another episode of Bump That, episode 119. If you don't know who we are, we've got Brian in this corner.
Weighing at 197 pounds. No, not really. But whatever.
Weighing
Shut up.
197 pounds.
What the frick was that?
197 pounds.
We've got KT in this corner.
Coming to you soon on American Classic Movies. Shrek 2.
Oh, I was thinking, now on DVD or something like that. Those old Disney ones.
Now on DVD.
Yeah.
Cinderella 2.
opening up the
A
vault.
Tale in Time.
And
Guys,
I'm
they're
Ileana,
opening up the vault! This only happens once
Oh my-
every 50 years!
101
Oh my God.
Dalmatians.
Diamond Edition?
What? Oh my gosh. And I'm Ileana, your host. And we are siblings who have a love for all things nerdy, video games, movies, TV shows, all things of that sort, and decided to talk about it here on the internet with all of you people. And here you are listening. So, welcome. We are skipping the chunk today, so there is no chunk zone. However, there is a lot of news, okay, that has gone on since we were live last week, and we gotta get through it, okay, because there's just so many crazy things going on. The drama, y'all. The drama this week, okay?
Savage.
It says, not the mama. Retired NFL star Michael Orr suing his alleged adoptive family, stating that he was never adopted, in quotations, never actually adopted.
Formally, officially adopted.
Yes. So the Tuohy family says, hooey! That's so dumb. Sandra Bullock's name is also being tossed around for her portrayal as the savior. The white savior is what they're calling it. And it's like, ooh, you know, of Orr. And people are coming to her defense in this mess. Okay? That is just insane. That he's been in what Britney Spears kind of went through of a conservatorship. Same thing with Michael Orr, which is just now coming out. It's insane, guys.
So part of that
was
he's saying that the movie portrayed him as being illiterate and quote unquote stupid and uneducated and all that, and here comes this white woman to save him. And he was teased a lot because of that, even from teammates of his. And so he's basically saying lies and slander.
Yeah.
If you get that reference, put it in the comments below, please.
Is it from Futurama?
Why don't you put it in the comments below and see?
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, it's crazy, man.
And I feel bad for Sandra Bullock because, you know, she just played a role. I mean, there could have been more research. They could have talked to more people. But if they just talked to the Tuohy family, then that's on them. You know, they're the ones who were falsely portraying the story, and it's not her fault. I don't believe. I don't think it's Sandra's fault.
It's not her fault at all. Somebody wrote a script.
Yeah.
Somebody
Not
wrote
at
a
all.
script. She needed a job. She was hired and she did what they wanted
Because
to.
it really does sound like such a wonderful story. I mean, when you saw that movie come out, I don't remember when it was. That like 2013? No, not 13. When did that movie come out? I actually don't know. But you all know that when you watched it, your heart lit up because you thought this was such an amazing thing. It still doesn't change the fact, you know, remove the names or anything like that. It's still a beautiful story, all right? However, it's just so jacked up that this whole
now it's a beautiful fictional story.
Yes, exactly. It's like this
Yikes.
guy,
Quote unquote. We don't know.
right?
Allegedly.
So
I don't think we'll ever know the truth, really. Because it's he said, she said, he said, she said, she said.
I mean,
2009. The movie came out in 2009.
if he was formally adopted, like officially adopted as a child, I mean, there's got to be like documentation about that, you know, sort of thing. If it was just a conservatorship, maybe it's just in the writing. They're like, you know what? Being a conservator doesn't sound too good. Let's make it sound like you guys adopted him as like your official son.
Right. But even
You
in the
know.
movie, they go over the issue with the NAACP type of thing. And, you know, did you adopt this child just to put him into sports and whatever? And they're like, no, we would have never done that. There was no ulterior motive at all. And now it's like, ooh, now there kind of seems to be one. So it's a mess. I feel sorry for the guy, Michael, Big Mike. I don't even know.
So pretty much
went
what
by
we
Big
can
Mike.
say from this is white people don't bother helping anybody that's not your color, because it's just gonna bite you in the butt.
That's
gosh.
not.
No,
that's not the
everybody just clicked off of the video. That is not what
Oh
we're
my
saying.
gosh, that's not the
my
moral of
God.
the story. Moral of the story is tell the dang truth, okay? Be honest.
There we go. Just be honest.
And don't be stupid
honest.
and do the right thing,
Be
okay?
honest.
Be honest and do right thing.
Do thing right. Right? Right.
I don't know. This is a jacked up story. So
It
I would
really
say.
is.
But guess what?
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 Ileana the line!
What? What line?
Bump that will freaking be there!
Oh,
you
what
dummy
would we
head!
be there for? What? The truth
But-
will be revealed?
Hey, we're following court cases! Look
Okay,
at
On the-
okay.
The Blind Side Part 2, starring Sandra
think-
Bullock.
Do you think there will
I
Yes,
adopted
wait,
you, Michael.
wait.
You were my son. I loved you like my own.
That's so horrible.
Man, you ain't my mom. You can't tell me what to do. Get Get over
Wait,
here, Michael!
It's called the visible side now because all will be revealed. It's now visible.
Gosh! No, how the turntables.
Oh my
You
God.
always
Lord.
said we were family, but the only family I see around here is run by money. How much money does it take? How much money does it take?
Suddenly, oh, you know who's gonna have to play the lawyers then? Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel
Yeah.
is
Vin
playing
Diesel's
the lawyer.
gonna. Yeah. I heard there was family. I can't do his voice. Nobody can do his. I heard there was family.
Family involved.
Yeah.
Family. Oh Lord, yeah. So I don't know. That is just shocking. I don't think anybody saw that coming because it was just such a sweet story, and you're like, yeah, that was a great 2009 movie, and then you forgot about it. Sometimes it's on FX or something, and you're like, oh yeah, I'll turn it to the blind side.
Not
Yeah,
anymore.
and then it's like, you know, it hurts your soul to see it now. Oh Lord. But I wonder if any of like the actors who played in the story are gonna come out and be like, I didn't know nothing. I didn't know dang crap about nothing.
They didn't. Why would they know or even care?
Because
got
now
a
they're
script.
portraying these real life people who did a pretty awful thing.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
That's the thing, we don't know. And if it's like if you play a Nazi in a movie, you're not a Nazi. You know, you don't
true, yeah.
kill Jews.
Allegedly.
You know, allegedly. You know, it's just.
I thought of something really horrible, okay? And
If you play a wife beater in a movie, it doesn't mean you're like, oh yes, I love beating women. Nothing better than beating women.
Wait, before Ileana says her thing. Unless you're Alric Baldwin and you play a murderer and you suddenly become murderer in movie.
did you all watch The Help?
Yes.
Yeah,
Dad.
bruh. Yeah.
So what about the white people who say the hard R? They said that word and were acting a part, but the word came out of their mouth.
R
Is that
word?
okay?
I know the word you're referring to. We're not going to say it here unless Brian is just really that clueless.
No.
I don't
mean
understand.
the word that describes people that are handicapped?
No, the N word.
Oh, I thought you said the R word. I know.
She did, but
I
no.
said a hard R. I said-
Oh. I don't do that. I was like,
I'm saying
I don't remember any like
the
mentally
other
handicapped
R
people
word.
in that film.
no,
Like, what?
you dingbat.
The
I'm
other
talking
R word.
not the R word. I'm saying the people who said the hard R, the N word with the hard R. You know,
Oh, okay.
you can't. Like, you're acting a wife beater, okay? You're acting emotionally abusive. But as a white person, you're saying that word, and it's like,
Well,
you're acting
in
the
Django,
part.
I was reading when they did Django Unchained, DiCaprio was like, he was like so, like he didn't want to say it, you know.
He was so
They're
adamant
like,
about it.
yeah, and Jamie Foxx was like, dude, just say it, you know, just say it. We all know, everybody knows here that you're not that kind of person, but you have to make it look right. Like when you hear that word in that context, it's a bit like this guy, son of a gun. What? How dare he? You know that. So
that's a good point. Like if you've got the support, I guess, from your fellow actors to like you're gonna do the role. You know,
and it's
you're
like
gonna go all the
Jamie
way.
Jamie Foxx would be like, dude, say it like you mean it. You know, like
Wow.
I mean, that's what he wants. That way, I'm gonna get a good performance because I need to respond to that.
Yeah.
You know, word like that. You know, I need to. If you're not giving your 100% in the dialogue, I have nothing to go off of.
Yeah.
You know, so like, what did you say? Instead, I'd be, what did you say? It's a big difference, you know.
Right. So I guess those people portray their roles, and I mean Sandra Bullock and the other actors portrayed their role, and they were just doing what they were paid to do. And now this story comes out that it's completely allegedly falsified. So.
Baloney.
Bologna. Yes. So
I can't wait for this when we do our bump that out of context part 2. We're just gonna say baloney.
Bologna!
The R word, hard R.
Stop! Okay, we're done. So, more drama, all right? Enough with the Tuohys. I feel very bad for Michael Orr. But there is more drama in Hollywood, y'all. It is not stopping, all right? So, first of all, ready or not, here comes another Disney remake, okay? Florence Pugh?
Pew.
It's
Pugh.
poo.
That's a stupid last name. I'm
It's
I thought it
sorry,
was
okay?
Pew.
It's the worst to read. Pug is
It's no wait. It's
is picked as the
they just gave up.
That's how that's the sound that's the sound my husband
He must
makes
have died
when
while
he's
writing
sleeping.
it.
He wouldn't comment into the wall while he was dying.
That's the sound my husband makes when he's snoring.
Oh, I was about to say something else. Oh.
You're done. You're done. All right. So Florence is picked as the most likely candidate to play Rapunzel in the live action remake.
Absolutely 100%.
And I
not.
think it's fitting. No?
No, at
Her face.
100% no.
Her
No.
face shape looks
100.
very correct.
This is just some BuzzFeed garbage thing that somebody found. Absolutely. Florence Pugh is like a serious actress at this point.
She is.
She's no way that she could. She's done some serious adult roles. There's no way she can go from Oppenheimer to being Rapunzel. Absolutely not.
Okay.
Not
Did you see
happening.
the other stupid Hollywood articles that were coming out saying Jada Pinkett Smith is going to be playing Rapunzel?
Yes. Do you want to hear something really dumb?
Oh Lord.
Ileana, get ready. Are you ready?
What?
Wesley sent me that article, and he's like, "Did you see this?"
Oh no, he thought it was real.
I was like, Wesley, what the freak is wrong with you? First of all, she's bald.
Oh my gosh, all the memes coming from that are just
Oh no.
the best.
You can't say that because you can be whatever you want in a movie. You know what? Okay, let me just say this. She's old.
She is old. Okay, you're being ageist.
Okay.
Yes, I am. I am being ageist.
Here's the other thing. No one likes her. Okay. No one likes her.
She's a villain character. Okay, like her facial
She's
features.
a villain human.
I mean,
She is a literal villain.
she usually gives off.
No,
villain
I don't know
vibes.
what happened. Back in the day, Jada Pinkett was awesome.
Yeah.
Okay,
Listen, when she was
really cool.
when she was in the Matrix, I thought she was really cool. She was in
Okay,
the Matrix
Menace to
3.
Society.
I
That's
liked
all
her
I'm
in
gonna say
the
right
TV show Gotham. She was great in that show. She was very
there. Oh,
menacing.
she was great.
I
Yeah.
loved her.
She was
roles.
over the top. She was over
Yes.
the top.
I loved it.
Yeah.
She was wonderful. Okay, and then as the years went on,
All of
both
that fame,
both her and Will dropped off.
all of that fame and Scientology went to her head, and now look what happened.
The hair fell out.
Yeah.
No.
Oh my
Let
god.
that be
sorry.
I
a
didn't
lesson
want to
you.
make any more ball jokes
I'm sorry.
about Jada Pinkett. It's just too much.
Oh my gosh.
It's too easy. More
So
No, it's bad taste.
people saying that Florence is gonna be. I don't think that's true
No,
at all.
100% not.
I think her face shape is perfect for Rapunzel, but just like you said, she has played too many adult-themed roles to kind of jump into
she's
it.
too old. Rapunzel needs to be like, it's got to
Yeah.
be played by like a 21-year-old, 22-year-old.
Yeah, and I don't know who's also wanting this remake done just yet. I feel like they need to start doing some sort of, new stuff. They need to not take the old stuff anymore. They gotta pop out some new. I feel like they have not been doing that lately, and it's kind of showing.
Well, they're gonna make Elio
That's
the
Pixar.
animated. Okay, same thing at this point.
Elio.
At this point, and then 10 years from now they're gonna make a live action Elio.
Oh gosh.
And,
But
yeah.
what film is coming out by Disney coming out currently that's a new IP or anything?
Wish is coming out.
And we haven't seen it or heard of it in months. So, it's kind of blah. Now, speaking of Disney, y'all, this has just gotten nasty.
Why is it nasty? I don't
Okay?
think it's nasty. I think
We'll
it's just
get-
dumb.
No, it's we'll get to it. So speaking of those remakes, once again, no one asked for it. The Snow White. Why are there so many Snow White remakes? Lord have mercy.
I can
is
tell you.
continuing to look like a hot mess. And you don't know why it's a hot mess, Brian?
No, but why is it nasty though? That's what I'm wondering.
Because of the actress who is playing.
Yeah, I know that, but I wouldn't say it's nasty. I would
It
just say that
is.
it's just too much. It's just, why are we even talking about? Why are we? It's not that we are like, it's cool that we're talking about it, but why would we even bring it up that like the prince is the stalker? Go ahead and continue, but it's just like, what
Yeah.
kind of asinine things are we talking about here?
Yeah.
I just don't get it. Go ahead, yeah.
it's
We
a-
didn't tell the story.
So the actress who is playing the new Snow White is Rachel Zegler, whatever you want to pronounce her name. Better than Puh. Anyways, she has done several interviews basically describing how she does not even like the character Snow White. Multiple times has she said, you know, I was a child and I was scared of Snow White and I only watched 2 seconds of it. And it's like, okay, so you
I
don't
get
like
it.
this character.
The Snow White is a scary movie, the first
It
one.
is, but
Yeah.
you're playing this character now, okay? And then she's also been saying in other interviews, along with Gal Gadot, which I'm like, Gal, girl, what? They're talking about how they're trying to be feminist in making this film and making it about the woman and not the male savior. And it's like, okay,
that I can understand that, but then they just take it too far.
Yes.
I I totally get it. The woman having some agency and
Right.
being able to choose, make her own decisions, all about that. That's wonderful. Let's make a movie about Snow White about that. But when you get to the point of where Snow White in the original film, where the man is basically a creep, the prince, he's a creep guy. He's just stalking her. It's just, at what point? How are we watching? Are we watching the same movie?
right. Well,
Because-
it's even saying like, okay, then why didn't you just write your own story? Why did you have to use Snow White, where it's so basically she is saved by a kiss? Okay, she is saved by the prince. That is the story. If you don't want that to be the story, make your own. Make your own female-led story, just like Barbie did. Okay, they did it. They made we're not being saved by the man. Great. You know, don't do that to a beloved classic film and have the actress bombard it with such horrible comments saying, oh, you know, the prince was a stalker, and oh, you know, it's not feminine to say that I'm going to be saved by the prince. Yes, it is. It is absolutely feminine. There are women out there who want to be saved by a man, who want to be loved and stay at home and cook and clean. That's a very feminine thing. It's another feminine thing to be powerful and speak for yourself. They're not separated. They are together, okay? And some of these feminist women are trying to separate it. They're like, oh, it's not, you know, you're not feminist if you're going to stay at home and cook and clean for your man. It's like, no, it is. It really much is.
But even about that, I mean, I'm thinking of the original classic, and just, we're watching the same movie. Like, the Prince Charming, maybe he happens to come by this castle and he sees a beautiful lady and he's like, oh wow, she's cute, maybe I'll fall in love with her. And she's like, oh yeah, maybe one day I'll find it. What's wrong? Don't people want to get married?
Right.
Don't people want to find
and they're trying to say
if only my life would be better if I had a man. That's not what the point is. It's not what it's
Right.
saying, that her life would be better if she had a man.
She was perfectly content on her own. It was that she saw this man. He happened to look quite handsome, and then they make it work out, okay?
Maybe she wanted some kids, man. She's like, man, I really have to have some kids.
Right.
Can't create kids on my own. I need some guy to come and help me make those.
So not only is the star bashing the man character in the movie, she's also made comments where she's bashing her co-star, her male co-stars, saying that, oh, you know, he plays the prince, he's a great guy, but we can cut his scenes out. It's Hollywood, baby. And it's like, that is such a nasty thing to say, okay? Like, Yes, you got the lead. Yes, you played Maria. You were 17 years old when you got to Hollywood and you just sent it to tape. Good for you. You don't own everything, baby. All right? You can't just start cutting actors out of this movie and say you own the film. You know, that's a very hateful, nasty attitude to have, in my opinion. And it's been not everybody's, it's been several people's opinion that I've been seeing online going around these past couple days. And it's just like, girl, this publicity for you is not very good.
Look, and you know what? She has every right to say what she wants.
Right.
You know, she can say whatever she wants, but you gotta then you can say whatever you want, but then handle that criticism.
It has repercussions.
You know.
And consequences. And now she's also playing Lucy Gray in that new Hunger Games film, the prequel. And people are also saying, well, you've already tainted that movie too because of your horrible attitude with playing such characters, thinking that you're all hot and, whatever.
Excuse me.
So that movie's tainted. Snow White is tainted, not only because of Rachel, but the fact that Disney decided not to cast little people as the dwarves in the film, that they were going to eliminate them out of it. Katie, what do you feel about that?
I have two little people friends at my school. They're students and they're friends of mine. And I think they would have benefited from seeing little people represented in a positive manner.
Yeah.
And now they won't get to.
It's pretty sad that you're taking something, that they're completely taking this story and just going bloop and dumping out all the stuff that made it perfect.
So what is the so remember what's her name, girl from Twilight, she made the
Kristen
Snow
Stewart?
White and the Kristen Stewart, she made the Snow White and the Huntsman movie, and that had a bunch of actors who played the little men, but they were actually, like, Bob Hoskins was one, and they like shortened them down. So I think the context from the communities of the little people, short dwarf people, is that they were upset. They're like, why'd you guys, this is a chance for us to get some work,
Right.
And be in this film, and we got shorted
X'd
out
out.
of it. No pun
And
intended.
Excuse me, do you remember that show Once Upon a Time on ABC?
Yeah.
Yes.
They did the same thing there. In fact,
like-
I don't think they even bothered to make the dwarves small. Like, they were just slightly shorter.
What is the purpose of that? Like, you have actors out there that are looking for work that are little people. It's a great idea to utilize them to fulfill the actual role that they are perfect height for.
But I feel like there's just a lot of confusion too. It's like, is there some members of the little people community that are like, please don't put us in these roles because we're always going to be typecast as just secondary characters or just...
Well, no, because you had that TV show
fantasy
that Disney
characters.
already made called Willow. The Willow character, that is a man with dwarfism, and he played the main role of Willow. And so they have no problem putting them in the spotlight, but when it's supposed to be a perfectly cast character, they're like, we'll get somebody else to do it who's not that height, and it doesn't make any sense to me. And I would love to know what their thought process is behind that.
And to me, it's so two-faced thinking.
Yeah.
Because, like, okay, you want to give representation to a lot of people, but only when it suits you.
Yeah, they're like, let's get
it's
a
like
black
saying-
person to play Ariel. That's great. We've got
Yeah,
representation
I don't
for our
freaking
black
care.
little
But
girls.
you would not going back to Django Unchained, you wouldn't cast Leonardo DiCaprio as Django, now would you?
No, right?
Because
exactly.
that's not correct. So if you have a character who is meant to be a shorter character, you can still have a shorter character and make them a badass.
right.
Look at Gimli. Like, he was not played by a small person. However, they made him look like a badass.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. They made the hobbits look like badasses too. I'm gonna use that word a lot. I'm sorry. But I mean, it's true. You can do so much with it. But when you're starting to censor who you put on the screen just because you're like, oh, that's offensive, then you have no right to be working in this field because it's not. You're in the wrong.
Yeah.
So, like, for a guy like Peter Dinklage is probably the most well-known, renowned actor of short stature right now. Well, like, what do you guys know? What's his stance like on these kind of films? Do you think he's like
probably like, you know what, just F all this.
but do you think he's
Probably.
like, just put me in anything, I can act anything, I'm more than just my height. you
Right.
know?
He's proven that time and time again, and I think
With
people,
him being in Game of Thrones, it wasn't even like, was it even a huge plot point of him being short?
no.
I didn't think
Well, yeah, it kind of, because he was always doubted against. Everybody always doubted him. People hated him. They called him mean names and everything. But
people
he
can do that to anybody.
But they realized, man, at the end they're like, wow, this guy's super smart. He's very clever,
And he's capable.
He's very capable.
Yeah.
So I don't see any excuse.
No.
It doesn't sound as though we're coming up with any one excuse why they can't.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, if a character calls for, dwarves, elves, or whatever, maybe you give those people the opportunity to do that. I don't think anybody's gonna be like, well, that's all they're good for,
Yeah.
But then if there's opportunity to give a nice role to somebody of, always like, this. In the script, this says this guy is 6 feet tall, but you know who would kill this role is Peter Dinklage, man, because he has the chops. He's got the charisma to just knock this out the park. And I'd be like, yeah, why not? Let's give it a shot.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd love to hear everybody's comments about their thoughts in the comments, what they think about it, because it just seems like this movie is going to be going downhill because of the choices that they're making. It doesn't sound like it's going to be a good thing. But we got to keep moving on. Disney, you're still in hot water. Film financer, can you stop it, Jupiter? Get a hold of yourself, okay? Financer for Avatar: The Way of Water is suing Disney for withholding hundreds of millions of dollars to boost their stocks. This is a breach of contract and could spell out trouble for Disney. So it's like, uh-oh, that's not good.
I think we're good. We're really seeing the end times for Disney. We're going to see. No, listen. We're going to see a major overhaul of Disney.
Yeah.
People are
I like
already
the
being.
sound of that.
People are. Yeah, I don't know what to do. It could go either way. But people are losing their jobs. Our pets' heads are falling off.
Yeah.
Disney-
Hollywood in general is just kind of like everyone's watching, and it's like a dumpster fire right now, like a car on fire, a car crash, and everybody's looking just to see what's gonna happen next. Is it gonna blow up, or is the ambulance
Yeah.
gonna come?
And not only that, Disney World is losing a lot of money right now.
Yeah.
In fact, it's kind of weird. I am going in October. I'm interested to see what changes have been made since last I was there.
Are the workers still on strike at Disney World, or are they like?
They probably were all fired and replaced.
Because I remember at one point they all like the people on the Main Street USA part of Disney, like the entrance part, they
Right.
supposedly walked out, stood on the street, and were like picketing, and then for a
Those
day.
people got fired probably because they can't. It is very, very particular at Disney World that you, as a cast member, must always be in character, and you cannot breach that contract or you're out, because it's supposed to be a magical, immersive place. And I'm sure when that happened, those people obviously breached contract, and they probably got, canned.
Wow. But I mean, is it kind of like a whole labor thing in general? Like, you have actors, you have writers on strike right now. They want to get paid. You got the hourly workers at Disney World, cast members, you call them.
Yeah.
That, are like, hey, get us some better wages, get us some health care. we're dying out here, bro. You know, like, can I get a 15-minute break here? You know, jeez. You know, like, is it just inflation? Is it just the economy in general?
That's the other thing. I don't know what the issue is. Is it the writers? Is it the pay? Is it the economy? Is it the working conditions? Is it the expectation?
Life is getting pricey and expensive for everybody, not just
Yeah.
people at Disney. Everybody's feeling the pinch, you know. But it's like, well, where's all that money at? Well, the executives got it. Well, let's get a piece
Yeah.
of their action.
Well,
but-
okay, so going back to Rachel Zegler, this is another thing that made her very distasteful. She was saying how I'm in this Snow White outfit for 18 hours a day, and gosh darn it, I better be getting paid for all those hours. Yes, Rachel, you're gonna get paid, okay?
Whoa, dang.
She
Rach, calm
me?
down.
Me?
No.
Oh, her.
No, it's like, look, that I never heard that before, and that is some shady talk. That is some.
It is, because this writer's strike is not about high-paying actors, not A-listers. This whole thing is about the people who are getting into the Barbie movie, but you don't even know who they are. They are still making chump change, and they're in high-budget film movies, and they're not making a dime, you know?
I mean, but at the end of the day, like, you're in a dream job.
Yes.
Something that people would murder each other for, to act in a Disney film. No, I'm serious. And to be the Disney princess, to be the face of the empire, the evil empire, you know, come on. I mean, that's an amazing thing. You're gonna get catered to. You know,
Right.
Come on. This is you put in some hard work, like.
Could you
It's
imagine?
just
Could
so
you imagine?
entitled. I can't believe somebody would say that.
Right,
Could-
right.
could-
It's insane.
Could you imagine if anybody from the MCU were to complain about them in their position?
Well, isn't that what Scarlett Johansson did?
Okay,
No, but
Scarlett
she
Johansson.
she never complained about her working conditions. Though.
Right, right.
Or she never complained about you know, until much later that all the men are getting paid more than I am, or
Yeah.
whatever. But at the end of the day, she realizes, I think Scarlett, especially when she first started, like, she gets paid a lot. Scarlett Johansson makes $20 million a movie,
Right.
you know. But she was like, wow, I'm working here with all these guys. I've made it.
Mm-hmm.
I've made it. Now I can keep climbing up, and I can make room to be the highest paid actress right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like I get to work with Robert Downey Jr. Okay, I get to work with Mark Ruffalo, lots of famous people, and make a huge movie that's gonna make billions. You know.
But it's just the attitude behind it, especially from someone who is so new to the industry, like Rachel Zegler, who she's already saying
Like
stuff like that. Like,
who are you
I
doing this?
deserve to
Like,
get
are you
my
doing
money.
this Are you doing this movie for fans? Are you doing this to entertain people? Then you suck it up and you do it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like people go through hours and hours of makeup. You know, and they hate it, but they know that they're doing this to inspire somebody with their craft. They're
And
doing
like, I'm
this for the
thinking
art.
specifically of Zoe Saldana, how she is so thankful for her job, for her role, and the people who put her there, meaning like the makeup artists, the hairstylists, the costume designers. Those are the people who should be getting higher wages, who should be getting the bucks, because they're helping the star get to
Yeah.
where they need to be. And it's amazing, but they're not the ones with their names highlighted. They're at the very end of the credits, okay? And they're the ones who are the writers. They're the ones who are wanting the wages, and that's why they need the high actors like Rachel Zegler to be sticking up for them, not saying, where's my money? I'm the one who should be getting paid. Girl, you're gonna get your coin, but stick up for the little guy who's not.
Man, I tell you what, I mean, a lot of directors now, like, if James Cameron heard Zoe Saldana complain and whine and moan when she's doing Avatar movies like, God, I hate this. This sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the absolute worst. I think that James Cameron, who can be a hard butt director, he'd be like, get the heck out of here.
Yeah,
I'm just
you're
gonna
outta here.
CGI you out of this puppy. Get out. All right. He's a guy that would be like so mean and cruel to Kate Winslet on Titanic. She's like freezing and cold. He's like, hey, we're gonna do this. Don't F it up. Don't whine, complain. Let's go. Let's do
You
this.
signed up to be the actress. This is it.
You're gonna win an Oscar for this. This is how you earn it. Okay.
Yeah. And I it's hard. It's hard. And that's why they're in it. They love the craft. They love the outcome. It is hard work. But you got to be able to put forth the work and not complain about where's my money when it's not about you, You're not the issue. It's everyone else. So shut up, So that's why I said that the Snow White movie is nasty. Do you get it now?
Yes. Yeah.
It is nasty. I would love to know everybody else's comments down in the bottom. Disney, what are you doing? All right.
We'll see.
Anyways, let's keep going on. We're almost through, but we've got some more. So, anyways, we have a passing, and it's a sad passing because I loved this character as a child. It's just weird to say as a kid because this is not a kid's show. But Johnny Hardwick, the iconic voice of Dale Gribble from King of the Hill, passed away at age 64, which is so sad because that character is awesome.
Indeed. I'm trying to think of an iconic line of his. You know what? I got it. I got it. Disney is just the way of the country trying to control your mind. They come in through your airwaves, and then next thing you know, aliens. I've seen it.
I feel like everybody knows like a Dale Gribble.
Yeah.
They've
got
lives.
one in their life.
And voiced exactly by Johnny Hardwick, some just guy, shirt tucked into his pants, sunglasses, trucker hat, everything like that, and it's just
chain smoker.
Yeah.
Why does Wesley come up as my Dale?
Wesley
Gribble?
does not smoke at all, but he's Bill. Wesley is
What?
Bill.
What? Why you say that?
Why is Wesley Bill?
Yeah.
I don't know, Hank.
Oh no! Stop! With his wife beater.
He's very simple. Maybe that's like a very simple guy.
That's a good way to put it.
I cut hair for a living. It's not much, but it's what I do.
So yeah, it is a sad passing. Iconic character, lovable voice, lovable character,
And
lovable
the
man.
show was just getting redone.
Yes, it
by
was.
Hulu, so that's going to be interesting. See what happens there.
Right. He played that character for a dang long time, so that's pretty darn crazy. Dang darn. But anyways, speaking of cartoons, Cartoon Network announces they are going to air classic animated series from their old lineup, such as Courage the Cowardly Dog, The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, and others. The block will be called Checkered Past. I love that, okay? And will air between hours of 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Now, that's interesting and cool, but why? Why are they all of a sudden coming up with this?
I ask why because I don't know why they don't do the thing that Nickelodeon has done. Nickelodeon has Nicktoons. It's a channel. It is a secondary channel called Nicktoons, and they have the old 90s cartoons that they air.
Doesn't Cartoon Network have Boomerang? Isn't that a thing?
That is a thing. However,
That's
they
like the
show
oldies.
real old. But however, Boomerang does have shows like Dexter's Laboratory. And things like that. So I just don't know. Maybe they just want to put it to the. But my question is why? Why would they that 5 to 7 for those people that still have cable? That is prime time.
They
cable.
just need to put it on
Because
YouTube.
what other shows do they have right now that are good?
Well,
Oh,
that's
man.
the problem.
Exactly.
That's what I'm getting at.
That's why I'm
that is
saying
exactly
that's why it
the
needs to be.
problem.
That's why it needs to be on prime time, because these are the old shows that were amazing that made Cartoon Network what it was.
What they need to do is hire good. What they need to do is do what Nickelodeon did when they had. This is how a lot of shows were discovered. They had these temporary shows where they would showcase amateur animations.
That doesn't happen anymore.
But it
Doesn't
should.
happen.
It doesn't.
It
doesn't,
should
but it
happen
should.
again,
But,
but it
it's
doesn't.
guys, this conversation is moot because the whole industry of animation, watching cartoons,
Yeah.
is so outdated.
Right.
It's
It is, and yet, I mean, this is what they do. It's like saying, okay, nobody eats burgers anymore, but you work at Burger King. Are you going to stop doing your job?
No, but okay, think about this. Back then, you were making original cartoons. The style was so much more new. Okay, this was new frontier. Now, same old, same old. This is everything. It's everywhere. It's in your movies, in your TV shows. We have adult animations now. Okay, this is nothing exciting or new. Cartoons, we've been there.
what do kids watch? My kids don't.
They watch YouTube.
They watch YouTube, and I'm like, you know what? No YouTube. Watch. And I tell them I want you guys to watch a scripted show.
Yeah.
Something that's actually produced, not by some kid with the camera playing Roblox or whatever. You know, I want to actually have you guys watch a scripted show with producers and
Yeah.
animation, or a live action kids show, because
It's
I feel
crazy.
I feel
how
like the YouTube.
I'm sorry. This is crazy how our parents were like, enough with the cartoons. You watch too much TV. And Brian's over here, sit down, watch TV.
It must be scripted, or you're going to bed.
Because look, I don't mind if my kids watch TV.
Right.
I love TV. I love media. I love all that. I love the beauty of animation. I love good writing in a sitcom, you know, if it's done, you know. But they
And then there's Teen Titans Go.
yeah, but then it's like, but where is that though? My kids
Yes.
used to love Teen Titans Go. They don't watch that anymore.
It takes out the creativity of what we grew up, the inspiration, you know, like, watching Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends was just like, wow, they created these crazy looking characters, these crazy plots, and it's from start to finish. Avatar: The Last Airbender was a TV show made for children that adults still love to this day and get different things out of it. And it's like, where is that for YouTube? Okay, I'm gonna watch this guy play a Roblox game, and there's nothing to it other than he's playing Roblox.
I don't know. I mean, do kids even watch Nickelodeon anymore?
My boys still love SpongeBob, and I'm glad that they do, because I'm like,
they
I'm watching it with you, you know?
A lot of kids love SpongeBob still, as well as Loud House.
Okay.
They watch Loud
So
House
they watch
and
that. They watch
Ninja
that on
Turtles.
cable.
Now-
They watch that on cable.
I don't know what they watch it on.
At my house,
I don't.
we
How
have
do, but
YouTube
how do they
TV.
watch it though?
At my house, we have YouTube TV, so it's
Okay.
like, it's still YouTube, but it is cable networks, and we're getting back to the basics, okay? We've got Big City Greens, which is a newer TV show. Love Big City Greens, okay? It is funny, it's cute, charming, great morals, stuff like that. Bluey, okay, my kids are too old for Bluey now, but love what Bluey is doing with, you know, it's a kids show, but adults can watch it too and be like, dang, I'm feeling something. Another one, we're getting back to it, is Gravity Falls. Great show. I've introduced this one to my kids and they love it. And it's
So are they
because it's great stories.
Are they watching that on their tablets?
No,
or are they
they're
watching that
watching
on
it
the
on
big
the
TV?
on the big,
on the
TV,
big TV?
with
Okay.
me. And it's an
Okay.
experience. It's like we're hanging out, because I like to watch TV too. I grew up in front of the TV, okay? So I don't think media is bad if you...
Well, the thing practically raised us.
Exactly. So if you monitor it and you watch the good stuff and you're not watching trash.
So I guess
okay?
it's just my kids that are just like, oh, YouTube, you know.
No,
and-
my kids love YouTube too, but we take a balance, you know? I like to show them that stuff. I watch YouTube too. I freaking love YouTube.
You know,
Obviously.
and I'm like, and it, you know, and the thing is, yeah, I'll be like, hey kids, let's watch
this one show called Recess, and they'll be like, "Yeah, Recess, TJ, Spumoni,
Spinelli.
Spinelli, thank you."
What was that kid
Oh my
with the
gosh,
glasses?
Brian was thinking of Dino Spumoni.
No, but Spumoni is like a wrestling move, and I
It's
think that's where
also
they got her
an
name.
ice cream from Italy.
Yeah, so
Ooh,
Spinelli.
It's a
sounds
flavor.
good.
It's not very good at
Okay.
all.
But so I'm glad that they're bringing back these shows. Like, kids are still awake, okay? They're at home, they're eating dinner. I would be the parent to be like, let's watch cartoons while we eat dinner, okay? Because I don't care.
We
And
sure
so
as
I would
crap
be-
am not watching the news. We are
No.
not watching the news.
It's a show. So I'm going to be putting on Billy and Mandy and showing my kids, this is what I watched, children, when I was your age. And I was traumatized because Mandy scared the pants off of me.
Mandy, what did Mandy do?
She was terrifying.
She
That's
was
She
evil.
was no, she wasn't. Mandy.
I literally saw an episode the other day where like literally the world died because
Yeah.
she smiled a little bit,
Yes.
and literally everybody melted.
Now, shows like that, like Invader Zim, that is like so not a child appropriate show.
No.
And we watched it as kids and we're like, oh yeah, I'm eating this up, you know? And I would be like, nope, no children, this one's not okay for your age. Maybe when you're in middle school or something.
I could see Ryder acting like Zim.
Well, sometimes I wonder if the child is deaf because he's like, what? And so is Zim, what? They're like saying what's going on. Huh?
What?
That is
What?
Zim all the time, and that is also my son. So I'm like, maybe he can relate. But and then Leo is probably what is the little nugget things guy name? What's his name?
Gur.
Gur. Yes. Just.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm glad that they're bringing back these shows. I'm glad that they're going to be getting some prime time because animation, TV animation at least, it needs a renaissance, and maybe coming with some of these will spark some interest in the newer age. We're done with Cal Arts, okay? Do something else. Anyways, moving on. We've got 2 more things to hit, all right? We just cannot get enough Barbie, all right? It has now surpassed every Harry Potter film in sales and so shows no signs of stopping, which is insane.
In fact, just a little bit ago before we started the episode, I saw that Barbie has beaten The Dark Knight as
Get
the
out.
highest
Oh my God.
grossing
That's-
Warner Brothers film of all
Yeah, I was
time.
gonna say that's Warner Brothers as well. Oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
that
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Heath
Ledger
Ledger
is
is like,
turning
what do
his
I gotta do?
Oh my gosh.
Dang, man.
So horrible.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Poor guy. He
He's
did
like-
a great job.
He's like, so you like Barbies, huh?
Apparently the world population
Who
loves
knew?
Barbies.
Who knew? Who saw this coming?
Well, you gotta think. That's a dark film. Okay.
Margot
obviously
Robbie.
No,
You
no,
see
no. Just
that?
who saw this coming? Like the success of this movie. Who saw this
Margot
coming?
Robbie said when they pitched this movie's gonna make $1 billion.
Yeah. And
And she's getting paid $50 million.
the
She got paid-
press was
That's
amazing
insane.
for it. The advertisements for it. There were advertising everywhere. Okay. I saw this movie blasted everywhere. And I loved that. Okay. I that's a great thing. I think
I
marketing
think that
is failing a lot of these films. They're not putting their money in marketing, and so no one's knowing about them. Especially Indiana Jones. I think it didn't do so hot because the marketing wasn't there.
the way they marketed Barbie, it was like, well, what is this?
Right.
That's the thing. It was like, I have no idea what this is.
But I want to find out.
But Margot Robbie's cute. You know, Ryan Gosling is pretty swell. What is this gonna be? You know.
Yeah. So I mean, it's got the success, and they're just Mattel is like, yeah, we're gonna keep pumping out more. Okay. So we were gonna do the chunk talking about action figures and toys that have movies and TV shows, and what do we like, what did we play with, grow up liking, still like to this day. And I think TMNT is a great example of that. I don't think they started off as toys. They weren't toys, right? Before.
They're comic books first.
Okay, and then they became toys, and I think it's still.
But then
they
became toys, and then a TV show to sell toys.
Right, and
That
so
was the
they're a
whole bit.
hit, and it's still going to this day. Transformers, still a hit. There are so many kids at my school who have Transformers book bags, and I love that they're so excited about Transformers. Barbie, just another one.
There are a lot of kids at my school that have Ninja Turtle backpacks. It's also Ninja Turtle and, of course, Pokemans.
Yes, Pokemon. Just, gosh, they're obsessed with it. I have 2 plushies in my classroom sitting on my windowsill. They're like, "Is that Score Bunny?" I'm like, "It sure is, kid. It
I
sure
said that
is.
last week, but yeah, that's still Score Bunny.
It's Score Bunny. Is that a raboot? No, child.
It
No.
can't evolve. It's a plushie.
Yeah. So, I mean, video game movies sell I'm sorry, not video game movies.
Comic book.
Comic book, toy movies are selling. It's doing it. Barbie is now the front runner of all of that, and they're like, let's just pop out more. They're talking about the Polly Pocket. We had the freaking Barbie Cinematic Universe episode that we just released a couple days ago of Mattel's Cinematic Universe. So you heard of all the potential things that can be happening, and it's just going to keep going. Maybe the start of all of it was really Toy Story. You think?
Who knows?
Are we gonna get a Bo Peep movie?
No, please God, no. No!
I put it out
No! You've spoken it into
there.
existence.
2026, Little Bo Peep, the movie, starring.
No, they're gonna make a new Buzz and Woody movie so they can redeem Lightyear.
It'll be called Toy Story 6 Coming Home.
Stop.
Coming Home.
No.
Starring Rob Schneider as Little Bo Peep.
And your favorite, Timothy Chalamet as Buzz.
Oh my
No, I was gonna be
gosh.
Timothy Chalamet as Mr. Potato Head since
As Rex.
as the Tater Tots.
Oh gosh. So, I mean, that's crazy that it passed Harry Potter, now The Dark Knight, and they're still going. There's no signs of stopping. This movie came out in July or June. No, it was June. June 21st, right?
Yes.
Right? Or was it July 21st?
That was June.
Was it June or July? July, right?
I don't freaking know anymore. No, it was June because
It was July. It was July.
Brian, when did I go see you? When did I go visit you?
I don't know.
Release date 2023.
July.
July 21st.
Yes, the same day as Oppenheimer.
Lordy
July
Lou.
21st. So it hasn't even been a full month. It has not even been a full month, y'all.
My
Do you
That's
gosh.
insane.
You think then that it has to have return viewings? People are going to see it a couple times.
Oh, of
Oh,
course, yeah.
definitely. Absolutely. If people are like, oh, can you go see the Barbie movie with me so I don't go see it by myself? Yes, I'm going to see it again with you. Because it was that great. It was that fun and silly. So,
I would have gone again.
yeah, absolutely. I don't know if I would go see it again in theaters. I would just wait until it came out. But I loved my theater experience. Okay, I will say that room just felt so wonderful. Like everybody around me was getting the vibe, like, yeah, women. And then the Depression Barbie came out, and we're like, oh, yay, women.
Oh my gosh.
And then the mother scene happened, the nice montage, and we're like, yay, women. It just
it's
felt
so freaking true.
it just felt like that in the theater, and I loved that experience.
Katie was the only one like like the whole time. And all the Minnesota people were just like, "What the heck?"
Okay, wait.
Who's
So,
that loud
so,
southerner down there?
so, this just popped in my mind. This isn't what I was gonna say, but now that you mention it, maybe it is true about Southerners. We are just louder.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
You have a
100%.
southern. You have one. You have a southerner. Two, you have a southerner who is also Hispanic. You have a recipe for disaster and loudness.
Speaking of which, cousin Fidel and I went to go see Ninja Turtles the other day.
Oh Lord.
And we had
Segway.
Well, yeah, but we had the best time at the theater. We were acting so stupid. So they had these giant trash can size buckets for popcorn. And I was like, Cousin Fidel, can we get it? And he's like, hell yeah. And so,
Yeah, baby, anything for you.
And then there was this giant plastic collector's cup that came with a little toy that you could put on top, like an action. It's not an action figure; it's just like a little figurine.
Heck yeah!
And the lady behind the counter, she's like, "Which one would you like?" And I'm like, "I want Raphael." She's like, "We have purple and we have purple and we have orange." And I was like, "What?"
That's Donatello, you know nothing twit, and
Yeah,
Mikey.
Yeah, and so I was like, I'll have Mikey, please. I'll have the orange one, thank you.
Which color is that?
Which
The
color?
freaking orange one. I want the orange one.
So she gets our drink, and she takes this giant bucket. I mean, it is did you see it, Ileana? Have you seen it?
No, I have not seen it.
It is the literal size of a trash can that you put in your classroom
Was
or
the
your
popcorn,
bathroom.
The popcorn should have been green. They should have dyed the popcorn like with like a little dye or something and made
Oh my
it green
gosh.
just to like
So-
go all out.
So she takes this trash can and scoops all this popcorn into that. And we were both like, whoa. Like literally like, whoa, that's so much popcorn. We were freaking out. We were being so loud too.
Is it
because,
this?
Of course,
Is it this thing? This purple bucket?
mine is green.
Okay.
Mine was green. So we have this giant popcorn. I'm holding it with two hands. And cousin Fidel has the cup. And I'm just like a little child, like, la la la, I got my popcorn. And we go into the theater. And the first thing Fidel says is, hey, everybody. He waves
Dear
at
Lord.
everyone. And I decided, you know what? Let's go with it. I waved back.
Oh my
And we sat down.
gosh.
We sat down, and he and I were the only ones laughing in this movie. And I mean, like, laughing our butts off.
Oh
Now
my
that
gosh.
reminds me of like if you guys had walked into the theater and done what the Regal fan film or whatever is at the beginning. Hey, you guys!
Yeah. It's pretty much what we did.
No, remember when we were kids and we would go to the Regal Dollar Theater?
We had to say the Pledge of Allegiance.
No, but they also had the
Yeah.
like the intro
No.
where you
Not
sit
the
down.
Pledge. It was wait. It wasn't.
It was like a
Pledge of
roller coaster.
Yeah, but they
thing.
still do that. At Regal, they still do that.
Yeah, they
it's
still
not.
do
It's not
roller
as cool.
So you'd
It's
be
not
like,
as cool.
whoa,
Yeah.
That's exactly what we were doing. That's exactly what cousin Fidel and I were
Put your
doing.
hands in the air!
Yes, that's what we were doing. But no,
hang on!
whoa! Don't lose your popcorn. Oh no! Like dump it on the guy next to you. What the heck?
Oh my gosh, the most obnoxious moviegoers.
But no, like back in the day, you had to. It wasn't the Pledge of Allegiance. They played the Star Spangled Banner. Yeah, you stood there and you had your hand over your chest.
They do that at our Dollar Theater too. They do that, and
Yeah.
and the
Yeah,
kids are
that's
like,
what they did.
wait to stand up. I was like, yeah, there's people in here. We have to.
Anyway, so we're watching this movie, and Fidel and I are losing our minds over this movie, like over the dumbest things. Nobody else in this theater is like batting an eye.
I was laughing a lot out loud. The kids were just like, my daughters were silent the whole time. They didn't laugh.
Oh my
out
God.
loud
Maybe it's
one
just
time.
us.
It was an adult film.
And then some people left, and we were like, "Oh, it's our fault." Like Fidel said it really loud. "Oh, it's because of us."
You guys are so obnoxious. Oh my gosh.
Listen, it's not like there were a lot of people in this theater anyway.
Listen, when I went to go see Oppenheimer, I got up to pee 2 times, and I felt so bad about it. Because we were sitting
I
at the
had to pee in
very
that movie
back.
too. Yeah.
I felt so bad. The guys behind us were being so loud, and of course, when the Florence scene happened, you know what scene? The guys behind me went, ooh.
Did they really?
I
Oh
was
my
so-
gosh!
I was
Why
so
would you
grossed
do
out.
that? That's disgusting.
Oh, I was so
I
grossed
was-
out.
when I was watching that movie, I was like, oh, I better not eat popcorn in this scene. Just be really still and silent. Like, don't move at all.
Right. And like
Just
the
be-
guy
I want to be like,
What is that?
literally there were like 5 or 6
it's
guys
a nude
behind us.
scene. She's like topless and she's just sitting there posing.
Yeah.
And she's like
She's having a conversation.
Just eating popcorn, like. Oh,
And
yeah.
the guys behind me were like, "Oh, ooh." And I was like, "Y'all are
Ew.
nasty."
Ew.
I went to the
Gross.
I went to the bathroom. I came back. They were gone.
They got what they
Oh.
wanted.
Right? They were like, "We just wanted to see Florence naked." I'm like, "You
My
could have googled it, you
gosh.
nasties." All right.
Jeez.
But yeah. So,
Gee whiz.
is this show family friendly? This episode?
Yeah, it is.
I've
Katie
cursed
said
by
ass 3 times right
Ask.
after another. Oh,
Ask.
it was ask. Oh, pardon me. Sorry.
So now you're the cursor.
Donkey says it in Shrek. So.
But wait.
or no, that was Puss in
But
Boots.
what was last thing? What did you think of Ninja Turtles then? I guess overall.
I thought
Obviously,
it was
she thought it was
fun.
funny.
Well, I did think it was funny.
It was funny.
It was more over the top than I anticipated. I loved the art style. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember Ileana saying the other day, like, oh, it's copying Spider-Verse. No, it's a completely different art style.
Good. I'm glad.
Completely different. Again, I was caught off guard by a little of the action sequences, like when Splinter he's just going ape, blink, and he
More
throws.
cursing.
He threw a few daggers, and like 3 dudes the dagger went in their freaking forehead, like straight through their face. And I
Wow.
was like, well, okay, here we are.
Yeah.
They say
then-
hell and damn, like
Wow.
more than I thought they would.
Well, they said that in the original live action Jim Henson Ninja Turtles.
Well, yeah,
movie.
but it wasn't animated, which is more
Okay.
it's targeted more at
They said
a
Damn
younger
and Mrs. Frisbee and the Rats of Nim.
Okay, but like 5 people saw that.
In the
That's
Puss in
true.
Boots movie, the cricket curses and the little dog curses, but they bleep
Okay,
it.
but-
So.
Well, that and the Shrek series has a reputation for being crap
I don't
anyway.
give a damn about your reputation.
But I was
Yeah.
like, hey, Ice Cube made that movie for me.
Who the heck was Ice Cube?
Superfly.
Oh, now that you mention it, yeah.
And I was
see
just
now.
like, every time he talked, I was like, oh my gosh, Ice Cube is like the coolest dude in the world. Ice Cube is just lit,
I felt
bro.
bad for him. Now, I was gonna ask your opinion on this, because I was like, I don't know how to feel about this. All of the notorious villains of the past, suddenly they're good now? Come on.
Maybe they're not good. They're just...
They became good.
Bad good.
Spoiler.
Bad good.
Well,
The
like,
dog.
No,
Mondo
they
ge-
literally helped save
Mon-
the city,
I
and then
think
they went to live in the sewer.
I think a few of them, like in the cartoons or the comic books, they're okay. Like, obviously, Bebop and Rocksteady are supposed to be bad.
Yeah.
Mondo Gecko, I think, is supposed to be good.
He was adorable. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I called Ileana and I said, I told you about the tail, right?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I lost my mind. Sorry. It grows back.
Leatherhead is supposed to be good, too. The little bat person is supposed to be good, too.
Talk about this blue thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Adorable.
Paul Rudd was great. Yeah, he was funny.
It was Paul
Adorable.
Rudd. I love
Yeah.
Paul Rudd.
It literally
everybody-
says his name at the top of that thing that you're looking at.
Paul Rudd. Everybody loves Paul Rudd.
Everybody loves Paul Rudd.
You know what? Why doesn't he play Snow White?
Yeah.
I want Paul
Yeah.
Rudd for Snow White. That's what this episode is gonna be called. Paul Rudd
He's
for
like,
Snow
someday my prince will come.
Ileana, that is literally the best character of this movie.
That's awesome.
And when April O'Neil barfed everywhere.
I didn't like April O'Neil though.
I thought she was okay. I was actually like, when I first saw her, I was like, that is not April O'Neil.
I was like, why has she got to be like a teenager? Why can't she be an adult?
Yeah, and cousin Fidel, we were talking about it, and he's like, no, I thought she was okay. She was better than I thought she would be. I thought she was okay. She could have been more cringy and more progressive and blah, blah, blah.
You know, the thing is, when she was puking, though, I was gut-busting laughing. My kids were just like,
are you
like,
serious?
horrified.
I was about to pee myself. Fidel and I were like slapping each other. Like, oh my god. I'm telling you, that is the best character in this movie.
I like Superfly, because just the voice of Ice Cube.
Superfly was good too.
It's just the way he was talking. He's like, this is so funny.
You were family. I took you in. I gave you food. I gave you shelter, and this is how you repay me by stabbing me in the back. I love the horses. The freak. What was this movie? We haven't even talked about the Ninja Turtles themselves.
Well, that means that the villains made a pretty good impact. But
They did.
How were the kids playing the Ninja Turtles?
This isn't your mom and dad's Ninja Turtles. That's probably the best way to put it.
Yeah. This is a very modern day.
They're barely
They're
ninjas.
modern. They're very much teenagers.
Yeah.
They should have put more of him in that. What's his name?
Baxter Stockman.
Yeah, they should. I loved that character. The little that we saw of him, I wanted more. I wanted more of it. But for the turtles, they are more teenagers and they are turtles in this, and more ninja.
Less turtles.
I did not.
No, less ninja.
Yeah,
ninja.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They were just very much teenagers. Now the thing that I hated about this movie, and Brian, you might attest or you might disagree with this. I hated all of the present day references. They will not be relevant in 5 years, in 3 years.
There were a lot of.
There were so many. It'd be different if they were, sparse and just thrown in there and had meaning and purpose. But there were so many. It was so annoying. It took my mind off of what I was supposed to be focusing on in the film. I didn't like it.
Hey, the animation of the pizza though looks so good. I was instantly like, oh gosh, I want pizza so bad. Yeah, like, so they did a really good job in that. But I mean, as far as I'm a huge fan of Ninja Turtles. And I like my Ninja Turtles done a certain way. So this wasn't like my favorite Ninja Turtles anything at all. But I did enjoy it. I liked what it did. It's definitely different. Like, spoiler, the Ninja Turtles get accepted by the world. And they're like walking around in public like nothing. And
they take their masks off.
And I was like, this is bizarre. The Ninja Turtles has never done, in any version of Ninja Turtles I've ever seen, they've never done anything like this. I mean, it's like, why even live in the sewers? Just go get a condo at this point, in Upper Manhattan. So, I don't know.
But overall, what would you give it as a rating? Have you decided to rate it yet?
I would give it a B+.
I would give it a B+ as well.
Okay, so
maybe a B.
Oh my god! Wait! Oh my gosh! We actually agree on something.
Wow!
We have the same mindset.
The animation was good. The voice acting was great. Lots of fun. It was hilarious. It was fun. It had some good action.
Not enough. Not as much action as I would have.
But not like ninja action, more like comedy action. If that makes sense.
Plot was what you'd expect. It was okay.
It's just, it's more of a teenage comedy with some kickboxing.
Okay.
And some weird, gross out moments.
Music was good. Nothing memorable.
There was some decent actual music parts. There was some like bass notes. Like during the climax of the film, when Superfly comes in, I was like,
oh yeah, I noticed it. I was like, dang, this is
Good.
kicking.
I love when you can just like pick out when you notice the music come in. I
Yeah.
love that.
I love that too. And I was like, oh, okay.
Well, great. That's
Yeah.
good. B+ is pretty good. So,
Yeah, it's definitely not Ninja Turtles 1, the original. It's,
Yeah.
which is
Secret of
still-
the Ooze was better.
No. Secret of the Ooze is great, personal favorite, but the first one is way better, 100%.
The second one is better for one
No.
reason. That
Oh my
opening
gosh.
scene.
No.
That
sister,
opening
oh my God.
scene.
Oh,
I
and here
feel-
comes the disagreements
Oh
again.
my
Oh
god.
Here we go.
my
We
God.
couldn't
What
let it
are
last
you
for 5
doing?
minutes.
Do you remember?
What are you doing?
Do you remember that opening scene from Secret of the Ooze?
That's such a stupid title.
Brother, they're eating New York. All of New York is eating pizza in harmony.
Yeah.
Even the police officers while they're arresting a guy.
Oh man, that sounds awesome.
The poor guy is arrested and the dudes are like, yeah, they're just gonna eat pizza while we have this guy handcuffed.
Bossa
Heck yeah.
Nova?
Bossa Nova.
So
Debbie
this is,
Nova?
this is a movie you guys will be watching again.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, when it comes to streaming.
Right. Okay. Well then, good.
It ain't
Anything
no
else?
Barbie, but you know.
Barbie was
What
better.
is?
Barbie was a
Barbie.
better film than this. I'm gonna put that.
Barbie.
They're two different
bro.
mediums.
I would say that still, as far as entertainment, it's better. It was a better film.
Barbie, bro, though. Barbie. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I choked.
Dead.
Anyways, that will conclude this week's episode of Bump That. We said this was going to be a short episode. It was maybe short by 5 minutes. Anyways, we want to know what you guys think down below about the Tuohy family and Michael Orr's situation, the alleged story, the Florence story of playing Rapunzel. Let us know down in the comments. We want to know, what did you think about the Snow White remake, and how does it make you feel inside? And about the passing of Johnny Hardwick, the Cartoon Network bringing back the old cartoons of time, and Barbie movie and TMNT. We want to know your thoughts. Leave them down in the comments. We've got Brian in this corner.
Cowabunga says it all. Cowabunga.
We've got KT in this corner.
Does anybody remember TMNT Out of the Shadows from 2016?
No,
No.
it's so ugly. Oh my gosh.
I just wanted to bring it up.
Ugh, sorry. Anyways, and I'm Ileana, your host, signing off on yet another episode of Bump That. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we will not see you next week as we'll take a quick break, but we will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.